UFC 272, Covington versus Masvidal, full card betting results. Now, the card just ended. We had Colby Covington and Rafael dos Anjos and Bryce Mitchell all wrestle and grapple. 2 unanimous decisions, 3 in a row, absolutely insane. We had Kevin Holland get a second round knockout, Sergey Spivak get a first round knockout, Jalen Turner get a second round knockout, Marina Rodriguez split decision, Nick Negumereanu split decision, Marina Moroz submission, Umar submission, Tim Elliott unanimous decision, Ludwig Klein, I don't know how, but a split decision, and Dustin Jacoby unanimous decision. It was a very solid card, but you guys already saw the title of this video. We're looking at all of the bets that I did make on this card for UFC 272. We had a lot of very solid bets. Now, let's look at the money line bets first. We had 1.88 units on Dustin Jacoby at minus 188. That was the first bet of the card, as it was the first fight on the card. Dustin Jacoby versus Michael Olashejuk. Dustin's got very good kickboxing. Not the best cardio. I mean, he didn't really look too good out there in terms of the gas tank, but he showed some good wrestling as well, mixed it in there, and he won the fight. That was not the only bet we had on Dustin Jacoby. We also had a decision bet right here, 1 unit on Dustin Jacoby by a decision at plus 250 on Bet Online. So overall, in the first fight of the night, we profited about 3.5 units. After that one, we didn't do too good. I mean, this fight right here, it was a split decision. It was a decently close fight. I obviously think Ludwig Klein did enough to win, but we definitely put a little bit too much money on Devontae Smith. We had 3 units on Devontae Smith at minus 140, mainly because Ludwig Klein was coming in on short notice, so we lost that one. And then we had a quarter unit on Devontae Smith by decision at plus 330, which was very close to hitting, as it was a split decision. So not my happiest bet of the card, but we made it back on so many other occasions. Tim Elliott and Tagir Ulanbekov, we had a pretty good bet here. We didn't have any money line bets for this one, but if you look down here, we had a quarter unit on Tim Elliott by a decision at plus 400. So we made a 1 unit profit on that bet, but that was mainly a hedge. I wasn't confident on Tim Elliott going out there and getting a decision. The main reason I made the bet for Tim Elliott to win the fight by a decision is because we did have a quarter unit on Dustin Jacoby, Umar Nurmagomedov, Marina Rodriguez, Kevin Holland, and Colby Covington. They all won except for Tagir Ulanbekov. I wanted to hedge it with the decision prop for Tim Elliott, and good thing we did, because we kind of made that money back. For Umar Nurmagomedov, Brian Kelleher, we had a lot of bets on this one. We did have Umar in the parlay. With Jalen Turner right there, we did have him in the parlay with Colby, Marina, and Umar. We had him in the 1 unit on Umar Nurmagomedov by submission prop. We had 1 unit on Umar versus Brian Kelleher under 2.5. And we had 6 units on Umar Nurmagomedov minus 600. So you can tell I was very fond of Umar Nurmagomedov there. He made me a good amount of money. Now, we did lose a little bit of money on the next 2 fights in terms of Maria Agapova and Marina Moroz. For that one, didn't have any money line bets. Definitely did not put anyone in the parlay. But we did have a small prop, 1 unit on Maria Agapova by a decision. Man, Marina Moroz went out there. She looked amazing. Got the submission. She looked really good. So we did lose that bet. But this one right here, it really rubs me the wrong way, because I think Kennedy Nzechukwu won that fight. The first round, very close, controversial. I mean, it could have gone either way, but Kennedy landed more shots, landed 5 more shots to the head of Nick Negumereanu. I think he won the first round. Second round, yeah, Nick showed some decent wrestling and grappling, but Kennedy destroyed Nick Negumereanu's face, bloodied him up at the end of that second round, so he definitely won that round. Then the third round, I mean, it's obvious that Nzechukwu won that third round. I think it was 30-27 Nzechukwu with the point deduction, 29-27 Nzechukwu. I don't know how they gave it to Nick Negumereanu, but We did have a few bets on that one. We had one of them, which was a money line bet up here on, let's see if I can find it, 1.36 units on Kennedy Nzechukwu, minus 136. So we did end up losing that one. Then we had a quarter unit on Nzechukwu by decision. Now, I am pissed about that because if both of them would have won, we would have gotten 2 units of profit, and we missed out on that because the judges do not know how to score the fight for some reason. So again, plus 400, I thought there was a crazy amount of value. If we go down to the post that I made on it, quarter unit on Kennedy Nzechukwu by decision prop, plus 400. For the value, I don't see it happening, but there's value on it. Didn't happen, but there was 100% value on it because it was so close to happening. The judges, I think they gave it to the wrong person, but after that one, it was Marina Rodriguez, Yan Xiaonan. Very close decision. First round definitely went Yan. Third round, it definitely went Marina Rodriguez. And the second round was very, very close. Personally, I think Marina won that second round as she landed more strikes to the head and landed the more impactful and much harder shots, as well as she was the one aggressing and coming forward, putting on the pressure on Yan Xiaonan. The only bet we had there was her in the parlays, and then we had 2.5 units on Marina Rodriguez just as a money line bet. Didn't have any props. I was thinking about maybe doing a Marina Rodriguez decision, which in hindsight would have been a decent bet because, of course, she won by decision, but we also had her in our 5-unit parlay of Colby Covington, Marina Rodriguez, and Umar Nurmagomedov, our 3 most confident picks of the card. But yeah, Marina didn't really live up to that much of a confident pick, but she won the fight, and that's all that really matters there. But we had Jalen Turner as well. He had a second-round knockout on Jamie Mullarkey. I mean, I thought Jamie Mullarkey did pretty good. He ate a lot of big shots, and I didn't think he was going to get knocked out because he's only been knocked out by Volkanovski and then some guy way early in his career. He's a very tough guy. That's why I did have a decision prop on Jalen Turner, half a unit on Jalen Turner by a decision. Of course, he did get the knockout. The only reason I did that bet is because, I mean, Jamie Mullarkey is a tough son of a gun. I mean, I was surprised to see him get TKO, but Jalen Turner is the real deal. So that one obviously did not hit, but we did have a 2.5 unit bet on Jalen Turner, minus 145, just straight up, and then Umar Nurmagomedov to kind of sweeten up that bet there to get odds of minus 106. So that was a pretty good bet there with Jalen Turner. Sergey Spivak and Greg Hardy. Yeah, mainly for the value here. I didn't do any parlays with Sergey Spivak. I didn't do any moneyline bets, but I did do a little sprinkle on Sergey Spivak by a decision. Of course, he got the easy TKO win in the very first round, so that was honestly not the best bet. Quarter unit on Sergey Spivak by a decision. Then we had Kevin Holland and Alex Oliveira. This is the one we made a post, and I said they call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things right here. Let's go. I had half a unit on Holland by knockout in the second round, plus 650. You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things. I mean, come on. I didn't really, I wasn't 100% sure Kevin Holland was going to get the knockout in the second round, but you can see right here, half a unit on Kevin Holland by knockout, specifically in the second round, plus 650 on Bet Online. If y'all want proof that we made this one, we did this one a very, very long time ago. Let's see, this was 2 days ago. We had, let's see if I can find it, half a unit on Kevin Holland by knockout, specifically in the second round right there. So, yeah, right here, even you can even go 5 days ago. We had a half a unit on Kevin Holland by knockout, specifically in the second round. So you guys can see, we definitely did that bet right there, and it was a crazy one because he was losing the fight, but came back in the second round and he knocks him out. That's the bet of the card that I am most proud about. But of course, we did hedge it a little bit with a 1 unit bet on Kevin Holland by a decision at plus 265, just in case he wasn't able to get that knockout in the second. I wanted, a little hedge just in case to maybe make my money back, but we didn't even need that because he got that second round knockout. Did not put Kevin Holland in any parlays other than, I don't think, yeah, we had him in the And the quarter unit, very, very small amount of money parlay, but that one, of course, Taguiro Lembeka ruined that one. We had Bryce Mitchell and Edson Barbosa. We didn't do any parlays. We didn't do any money line bets because I really didn't like minus 170, minus 180, wherever Bryce Mitchell did end off the card. But I did like the props. I mean, I was very surprised to see Bryce Mitchell decision at plus 260. I thought that was absolutely nuts. So, of course, we put a unit on that one, and we did win that bet. For Javier Dos Anjos and Renato Moicano, I'm looking back, I should have put a lot more money on Javier Dos Anjos. Didn't do any prop bets because I figured something like that could happen with how tough a fighter Renato Moicano is. It could go to a decision overall. I thought it probably would have been a finish, but I mean, he showed his toughness. It was absolutely insane. So I guess good thing we didn't do a prop on that one. Didn't do him in any parlays, except for Dos Anjos versus Moicano starts round 2. That was about it. But we did have 2 units on a Javier Dos Anjos on minus 175. And before we look at our Colby Covington bets, we're going to look at the parlays because we haven't really kind of looked at those just yet. But of course, the first one being 2.5 units on Jalen Turner, Umar Nurmagomedov for minus 106 odds. Very good bet. That one did cash. A very big bet, 5 units on a 3-person parlay of Colby Covington, Marina Rodriguez, and Umar Nurmagomedov for parlay odds of plus 210 right there. So that one did actually cash. Also, at a quarter unit on Dustin Jacoby, minus 195, he won. Umar Nurmagomedov, minus 800, he won. Marina Rodriguez, minus 240, she won. Kevin Holland, minus 335, he won. And Colby Covington, minus 325, he won. But of course, Tagir Ulambekov just really wasn't having the best night. Some people do say it's due to the glove holding, whatever the case may be, with Tim Elliott, but we did lose that bet. We had 2 units, and this is the one I really liked because it was kind of all a parlay of overs and unders for the card. We had 2 units on Colby versus Jorge starts round 3, which of course it did. Dos Anjos versus Moicano starts round 2, which of course it did. Barbosa versus Mitchell starts round 2, it did. Rodriguez versus Xiaonan starts round 2, it did. Agapova versus Morozov, I don't know why it says Morozov, it's Agapova versus Marina Moroz. I think I spelled that one wrong. Added an OV on the end right there, but that one starts round 2, minus 500. That one did cash. And then Ulambeka versus Elliott starts round 2. And we got parlay odds for plus 217 right there. So I was very confident in Ulambeka of Elliott going to the second round, with Colby Jorge going to the third round. I was very confident in all of them. So I'm like, I'm confident, put them in a parlay, and we ended up profiting about 4.34 units, if I'm doing the math correctly. So those were the parlay results. Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. The only bets we had there, we had 1 unit on Colby Covington, specifically by unanimous decision, plus 150. We had 3 units on Covington versus Masvidal, just goes to a decision at minus 132. I mean, looking back, I mean, we didn't really get the best value there. We did that one a little bit earlier. I think the odds are a little bit better, or they were. We might have to go to the archives really quick, but let's see, UFC 272, because I believe the last time I like checked UFC 272 and all the bets that they had on the card, where even is it? Did they already take it off of here? That's pretty fast that they did that on, but Colby Covington. There it is. Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. I don't know why they have it as a UFC fight night. But yeah, right here for the fight to go. What was I even looking at? The fight to go to a decision, it was minus 136. Yeah, there's some of them that have it a little bit better, minus 125. But we did get minus 132 on that. So I guess we did get decent odds on that one. For some reason, I'm remembering the odds being a lot better on Bet Online, but we did do a good bet there. So overall, it was a good card. For the money line bets, I believe we did end in the green, with Marina Rodriguez gaining a unit there, Javier Dos Anjos getting almost a unit, Umar Nurmagomedov getting a unit, and then Dustin Jacoby gaining a unit. We probably broke even with the money line bets, mainly because Nzechukwu, I think he won that fight, but the parlays really did well. 3 out of 4 of the parlays cash. The only one that didn't, we only put a quarter unit on them. And then the props, we did amazing there as well. So yeah, those were the results for UFC 272. It was an amazing card. I mean, so many good fights on this card. I really liked Dustin Jacoby, Michael Oleksiejczuk. I really liked Nick Negumereanu, Kennedy Nzechukwu. Marina Rodriguez, Yan Xiaonan was an amazing fight. Jalen Turner versus Jamie Malarkey, really good fight for as long as it lasted. And then the top three right here. If you like grappling, you like those fights, which I definitely like those fights. So it was a good card. If you guys also like the card, make sure you guys hit the like button down below, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and if you too want to see some of the bets we're going to be making in the future, because I believe we got Magomed Ankalaev versus Thiago Santos coming up, check that link in the description below, or check the link I believe it's going to be in the pinned comment down below as well, or you can just listen to what I'm going to say right now. Go to the channel on your desktop mode and press this join button right here. For only 10 cents a day, you can see all of the bets that we will be making for every single card, whether it's UFC, whether it's PFL, whether it's Bellator, whatever the case may be. All of my best bets, props, parlays, moneyline bets, you can see all of those. And if you don't want to check it out through the desktop mode, go to the end of any one of my videos and click this BERT MMA profile picture on the left, and y'all can sign up to be channel members. It's only 10 cents a day. You probably bought a water bottle or something like that for about the same price as a full month of the absolute best bets. I mean, we made about $2,000 tonight, probably like 2,300 all night. It was an amazing card. I can't wait to see what we do next week. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Let's go.